Hello and welcome to Faith Chapel Network Global. My name is Joe Daniels. I'm the founder of the network, and I'm so glad to come to you today to look at what we said we're going to be doing, and that is the book review. Now, some of you have seen this book, Dominion of Faith. Some of you have a copy of it. And so we are starting a series of episodes, and we're going to be reviewing the book. I trust that it's going to be a real great time, and that your insight about the subject of faith, and in particular the dominion of faith, is going to skyrocket during this time. Not only that you're going to start to apply the principles of faith to begin to scale greater heights and begin to achieve and accomplish record-breaking results in your life. The Bible tells us it is through faith that we overcome the world. So in this episode, my wife is not with me today, but I believe she will join us at some point during these episodes, and I am really thankful for those of you who've encouraged us in one way or the other to step out in faith regarding the different things that we're doing on the social media and media at large. So I just want to say, look out for Out of the Box, which is a TV program that should be starting very soon. Now, in this book, The Dominion of Faith. Now, the first thing I want to address is, why do this book? There are many reasons, but the most important reason for me is a very personal one. Now, the book actually was written about 5 years ago. It was written by the inspiration of the Lord, having listened to a message that I went to a conference, and I then started to teach about the subject of faith in church, and we had a very powerful service, one of the midweek services, in which the Lord sort of downloaded to me the things that we shared in the book and the things that we're going to reveal in this review. Now, I know people will have different views about reviews, and you could, obviously the book is available on Amazon, and you can leave your review of it. And I also know that if you are English literature lecturer, you probably take a slightly different view from how we are doing this review. But the most important thing is that every year since the book has been written, I have read the book and I reread it time and time again. Now, this year being the year of greater heights, I felt really strongly in my spirit that we should start to look again at the subject of faith. Now, not just the victorious faith, but the faith that helps you to achieve dominion in your life. That is, the faith that causes you to subdue nations. So we're going to be talking about the dominion of the God kind of faith. Now, I was divided on how to commence this series. On one hand, I wanted to start from the book itself and give you a bit of an overview. On another hand, I felt, well, maybe I should just start by talking about the background of the book, aside the fact that I've been reading it every year, and it's been a real pleasure and a benefit to my walk with the Lord. And I can also say that I've read it many times, sometimes during the year. For me, it's my own personal faith manual, and I can't emphasize it enough. I read lots and lots of books about faith, but this is my own personal manual, which I'm sharing with you. Then I thought about, maybe we should just talk about from the beginning of the book, introducing what faith is briefly, and then talking about the two kind of walls that we have, which will help you in understanding of faith. and also about the fact that God is not a timed God. God does not exist in time. He exists in timelessness. And if you're going to understand faith, you have to understand that truth. God exists in timelessness, called now. God exists in an eternal now. Now, I think we'll rush on those at a later time during this, maybe the next episode. Now, today, what I want to deal with is, why do we walk by faith? Why do we walk by faith? What's the importance of walking by faith? And I'll share some of the, well, five items or 5 topics or 5 reasons why we walk by faith as in this book. Now, before I do that, I'm going to share with you some quotations which, by reading the book over and over again, I seem to develop different quotations of what faith is or what. So I'm going to start with a few of these. Now, I said here that faith is the core or the reality of what you are expecting, the sign that what you cannot see exists. So faith is the reality that something that you cannot see exists. So whatever it is that you're believing God for today, and you can't see, you can't figure out how it is going to work, how it's going to happen, faith is what gives it the foundation, the substance, the core, that really it exists. Now we will come back to that again at some point in the review. I said here again that faith is what you hold on to when you cannot see what you expect until you see what you expect. Faith is what you hold on to when you cannot see what you expect or what you hope for until you see what you hope for. So that is a few nugget about faith. Now, this definition sort of just comes to me as I look at my life and look at my circumstances, and I'm looking, okay, how do I apply faith in this circumstance? So I say here that faith is the reality and the proof. The reality and the proof that what you are believing God for now exists. Not that it's going to exist. Is faith. And I said that the proof and the reality resides in my heart. My heart hold the truth, hold the reality, hold the proof. And the beautiful thing, and maybe I'm jumping ahead of myself in the book, the beautiful thing is that as you continue to hold on that reality, on that proof, you begin to create a spiritual force. Because faith is a force of the Spirit. It's a spiritual operational entity. You begin to pull on that which exists in the spirit realm that God has given you, that your dreams and your visions have embraced. You're beginning to pull it, constantly pull it. And that's why you must continue in faith until the manifestation, because when the manifestation comes, you do not need any faith any longer. So, praise God. So these are some of the quotes about faith. And lastly, I'm going to share this with you, that faith brings certainty to our hopes and dreams. Our hopes and dreams. It takes the question mark out of the occurrences of the future. It says, yes, I've got it. It's not that it may be, maybe not. Faith brings reality. It brings certainty to what you dream about, what your hopes and your visions are, and takes the question mark out of the occurrences of the future, or out of the things that you hope to achieve. It's not a matter of question whether we will be. It's a matter of, yes, it will be. Amen. Hallelujah. And lastly, whatever I see now, whatever I'm experiencing now, and we're all in different situations and circumstances, whatever we're dealing with now, it's temporary. if it's contrary to my expectation of myself, my life, my ministry, my family, my business, my profession, my ministry, if what I'm dealing with right now, what I'm experiencing right now is contrary to that expectation, then what you and I need to do is to set our gaze, set our face like a flint onto our ultimate expectation. And really, the operation of that is faith.